Good afternoon. Welcome to our lunchtime live stream reflection here at St. Peter Mancroft. And welcome to all those who are here in the building and also those of you who are watching online. My name is Naomi Tuma and I am the curate here at St. Peter Mancroft. Today I'd like to talk about the trial and conviction of Lucy Letby, which has shocked the country and is very painful for many of us. The headlines looking at this trial and conviction have questioned if Lucy Letby is the new face of evil. And I wonder what is going on behind that headline. Many of us are shocked by the crimes that she committed. But we're also shocked that somebody who looks so innocent should have committed such terrible crimes. And that says something about the disconnect between our expectations and the reality. The way that we think that beauty means goodness. The way we confuse those two things. But there's also something about the overturning of the narrative that we've heard throughout COVID of nurses as angels, whereas really nurses are people. And the idea that Lucy Letby, who was supposed to be looking after these babies, could be so cruel. It hurts. And many of us feel great anger against Lucy. The newspaper headlines have expressed that anger not only against what Lucy herself did, but also against the managers of the NHS Trust where she was employed. There is a lot of anger. And therapists remind us that anger is an important part of grief. It's important and necessary. Some religions suggest that anger should be put away, that we shouldn't allow ourselves to feel that anger. We should move straight to forgiveness. But actually, Jesus is somebody who embraces anger. Anger as an important part of grief. Anger as an appropriate response to things that are wrong. We know that Jesus had a soft spot for children. We know that Jesus had a particular anger against those who harm children. But we also know that Jesus forgave the worst crimes and taught that we too should forgive. So there is a tension between forgiveness and anger, and we shouldn't ignore anger. Elsewhere in the Bible we are taught, "In your anger do not sin." So there's a way to be angry that isn't sinful. There's a way to be angry that is righteous. It's easy to be angry with Lucy Letby. Her crime is obvious, straightforward. What she did was terrible, inexcusable, particularly horrifying. And I think we find these murders so distressing because in babies we see something of the nature of all humanity. Babies have not yet done anything good or bad. They haven't yet proven their worth. They're not yet useful to society. They are in and of themselves valuable. They are valuable because they carry the image of God. And I wonder whether we see that image of God in babies particularly more than we see in adults. And so when somebody harms a baby, we are right to be angry. Babies are also vulnerable. They have no defenses. And so we are right to be angry when somebody harms them. And I think what horrifies us, if we think a little bit wider about why is the murder of a baby so terrible, It's the refusal to see their worth as a human being, the denial of their God-given value. As we see in them something of the face of God, we recognize something of the image of God in each human being. And the denial of the image of God in those babies is a denial of the image of God in each of us. Lucy Letby's evil actions are very clearly evil. The face of evil is very clear in those actions. But sometimes the face of evil is hidden in bureaucracy, in rhetoric, in media, in the way that we see the world. Any time that a person's humanity is denied, that is evil. Any time that a person's value because they are a person rather than because of something they have done, any time that is denied, that's a little bit of evil. And sometimes it's hidden. We have to look carefully to see the evil that denies people's humanity. There's an evil that says it's better to let people drown than to sort out our immigration system. That's a denial of people's humanity. And it's hidden in excuses and in bureaucracy and in saying we have to do something. But as soon as we think that it's better to let somebody drown than to deal with our failing immigration system, that's a hidden evil. There's an evil that says we can't afford to look after our children in care properly. We can make cuts to their care because we haven't got enough money. That's an evil that is hidden. It has a mask of bureaucracy and reasonableness. But what it's actually saying is that we don't value those people as human beings. There's an evil that says, we don't want travellers living round here. That's a common one in Norfolk, when we think we're not racist, but we still say, well, we don't want a traveller site here, that's going to cause trouble. That's an evil. It's hidden behind reasonableness, it's hidden behind stereotypes, but it still denies the inherent value of a human being. So as we feel that anger, that righteous anger against Lucy Letby's actions, let's not always take the easy route of seeing evil when it's obvious, but let's also remember that every time we deny the full humanity of anybody for any reason, that can be a hidden evil. Every human being carries the image of God. Every human being is valuable. Thank you.